just for me, I think just taking time to realize it's not what needs done or getting it accomplished. It's the process. So being in the moment, do you know what I mean?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another podcast. We're excited about the topic today. We kind of have more of a topic we're kind of discussing this morning about the holidays coming and kind of talking about what we talked about last week with like finding rest.
Yes.
And so we're like, hey, let's kind of talk about ways we're going to find rest and ways to stay healthy physically, mentally, and spiritually through the holidays.
Yep, through this season.
Through this season. So we asked you guys on our Instagram, and you guys came up with some really cool ways that I'm really excited to talk about. Before we do that, let's kind of catch up on our week.
Yes, over some eggnog lattes I just made us.
Boom.
Cheers. We're getting through that eggnog we got at Costco.
Yeah.
We went to Costco. We did our monthly Costco haul. And every time Justin wants to get...
Can you imagine if it was an annual, how much stuff we would have?
We would be coming out with like 20 flatbed carts, probably 30.
Oh, more than that.
Anyways, then where would we store it all? That's my thought.
With a brand new shed.
But Justin was like, let's get eggnog. And every time he wants to get it, I'm like, no, let's just get a small little one at the grocery store, not the Costco eggnog. We never go through it. So now my goal is to go through this eggnog. So this is now
we'll go through
the fifth latte I've made, because I made 3 the other day for, Cassidy made one too, and then I made one for us. But now we've got 2 more. So we're going through the eggnog.
And we haven't even had the eggnog, just the eggnog by
well,
itself.
Well, that will never happen with me.
Oh, it'll happen with
Sorry
me
to burst your bubble. I cannot just drink plain cold eggnog. I will do it in a latte with some flavors and syrup and espresso.
Oh man,
but just plain eggnog, cold
eggnog.
How should I say this nicely? But barf.
No, what?
Barf. That sounds disgusting.
No,
I cannot drink it.
It's not. So, are you guys an eggnog person, or do you hard pass? But you like eggnog in lattes.
I do.
You just don't like it by itself.
No, thank you. And cold.
And speaking of like dairy,
Great.
good transition.
Speaking of dairy,
our last
how
podcast,
are we doing over here, Justin?
We talked that I would update you guys on my journey to figuring out what is going on with my body. And Lacey gave me an ultimatum. She's like, hey, if you don't figure it out this week, you're going to the doctor.
Yeah.
It's really funny though, because we have a box of Gas X right in our studio. I see it.
And you just bought 3 huge things of Pepto-Bismol at Costco.
I'm figuring it out.
That's how we're doing. How we're doing.
No, but in all seriously, I feel way better this week than I did last week.
Good.
And there's several things that I've changed. And I'll just talk about them really fast.
Okay, let's hear.
Number 1, I've been drinking a lot more water. Okay. Number 2, I'm limiting my dairy intake. I don't think... There's been some people who are like, hey, maybe like you're lactose or whatever. I'm not lactose. I can't have as much.
Lactose intolerant. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can still have it and be fine. But if it hits a certain time, like in the evening for some reason, like my body doesn't do good at breaking it down or whatever. But I'm fine during the day, and if I limit myself, I'm fine. So I don't know what that means. Maybe one day I will be completely, but as of right now, I just need to limit myself because I do have a lot of dairy in my diet. Yeah. So I've brought my dairy down like 50% of my diet, and I've also been limiting my nightly eating routine because I've realized I've had some really bad habits, and I just get really excited about food
snacky
too late at night
in the evenings.
Yeah, and so and that's just a horrible habit to have. So I stopped doing that this week as well, and I feel a ton better. I feel like I have more energy. I just feel good.
You seem more like clear-minded.
Yeah.
Too.
And again, the last few weeks have just been, we got back from Seattle and we kind of hit the ground running after that. And the choices of my food have not been the best. So kind of cleaning up my diet. I mean, it all really comes down to diet, water, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I do feel good. So that's kind of the journey I'm on now. It's just making sure that I'm just being more careful about what is going in me, back to back.
Limiting.
It's the back to back kind of situation. Like if I have a cheesy dinner, I want to make sure that I'm not opening the day with a cheesy breakfast.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's what it really is.
Just limiting your amount, and then also I think just stopping at, I don't know if you have a certain time you're looking at doing, but like 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
7:30, whatever
Basically
your time to not eat.
3 hours before I go to bed, I don't want to have anything.
Okay.
So whatever that means.
I think that's doing already just wonders.
Yeah. So last night for dinner, we had like kind of like a little pasta dish, gluten-free pasta noodles, a little bit like Parmesan cheese. And so this morning, I usually will have like my eggs and I'll have my cottage cheese, but I didn't have it. I had turkey sausage and a protein drink. I eliminated like the dairy this morning, and I think it's just a back-to-back issue.
Yeah.
I think I've been having.
Yeah.
So eliminating that. Another thing that happened this week was a time change occurred. So we got an extra hour of sleep, which is great, but it gets dark really early, which is, I guess it depends on who you talk to.
Right.
I was actually thinking about today, and I'm like, actually, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Because I've been trying to get to bed earlier.
Right.
Because I want to get up earlier. And if I don't go to bed earlier, I don't get up earlier. And it's just a mess because there's so many things I need to get done during the day, especially working out. And if I don't go early in the morning, it's hard to go later.
Doesn't happen.
So it's all about my night routine. I need to start executing a better nightly routine. And so with it getting darker earlier, it's easier to execute a nightly routine.
That is true.
Because it's like you're almost, you get sleepy.
Yeah.
Because it's dark. It's pitch black.
And it's easier to get the kids to bed.
Yes. And that's maybe what it is.
Earlier. My
it's
goodness.
already dark.
But I don't know what happened yesterday because Tucker fell asleep at like what? 6 o'clock?
Oh yeah, that was weird.
He was exhausted.
And he was in bed the whole, like he didn't wake up. Well,
He
he woke
woke
up. He woke up for like 5 seconds.
And he's still
gets
wearing
back on
his
the
clothes.
couch, and he just goes to bed again. And we're like, okay, well, it's bedtime, so
I tried to wake him up multiple times. I'm like, Tucker, do you want to eat something? And he's just like, back to sleep. So I'm like, okay, I think we're out for the night. And then Juniper wouldn't get up from her nap. I had to wake her up because it was almost 7 o'clock. I'm like, what is going on? I thought this time change was going to be, helping everybody. But everybody was just like so sleepy yesterday.
So funny. Yeah.
So
but
that was
then
interesting.
But they slept through the whole night.
They did.
So it was not a problem.
Yeah. I know. Well, they
interesting.
got up early this morning. But I mean, to them, it was like their time.
Well, it was kinda like
with
school time.
School time. That's true.
Our boys don't go to school on Mondays, so.
That is true. So as we're talking about the holidays upcoming, and we're going to get more into just things we want to do to help with our just mental, physical, spiritual health. One thing I thought of that would be fun to do for the kids during this time, I'm really excited, is we have, I think, 12 school days left till their Thanksgiving break. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. And I was thinking that it would be really fun. Every morning we have this like area on our calendar that's just has blank spaces. We've been using it for like to-do lists for the house, and they keep transferring every month because they're not getting done. Some of them did, but then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to erase this list. One of them was like, we wanted to get a screen door this summer, and it did not happen.
I guess that's going on the spring list.
The spring list.
Yeah.
So I erased all of that, and every school morning I'm going to ask the boys, what's one thing you're thankful for? And I want them to get like deep into it, and even if it's just silly to them, but they just love it and it's bringing them joy. And I think it'll be fun for us to do it too, but I'm going to write those down for them. I think it'll be fun for them to like visually see it. And I think it'll also help with like counting down the days in a way. It's like a fun like countdown till Thanksgiving break, and just talk about what they're thankful for.
Our Disneyland trip.
Right.
But they don't know that.
They don't know that.
And I feel like we've blown it so many times.
We keep bringing it up randomly, and then our eyes get big, and we look at them, and they don't
just
notice
distracted.
anything.
We're like, oh my gosh. It's like, do they really know? But I think they would. They're the kind of people who would, like, if they knew, they would keep on bringing it up. So
Yeah.
they were good. Anyway, I think that's good.
Yeah, I'm really
I like
excited
how
to do
that
that.
it's a long period because with kids, it gets like the shallow stuff out of the way. You know what I mean? Because they have to do something new every day.
Exactly, and that's what I was thinking.
The first one's going to be like, family, which is not, it's not shallow.
No, it's not.
But you know what I'm talking about.
But
It's just
you
like the
need to-
things that are like, it's like when they pray, thank you
Yes.
for the day. Thank you for blessed food to our bodies. Jesus name, amen. Kind of a thing. It's like, let's get a little bit more deep with.
So I'm really
this.
excited by,
Yeah.
Day, 9, 10, 11, 12, with what they're digging deep in. Because they're going to have to dig deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Tucker's going to be like, my Hot Wheel toys.
My red Hot
Every
Wheel
day he's going to say a toy,
toys.
probably, knowing Tucker.
My dinosaur.
Yeah.
Landon, the 49ers.
But yeah, I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
So, and another thing that, we're kind of looking at is with the holidays, our schedules just kind of like are just different
Mm-hmm.
than usual. And we've kind of talked like our schedules are always different. Like our seasons are always everywhere. Lacey just like dump coffee everywhere. Her eggnog latte. Anyway, so
Just a
but
drip.
one thing that I've realized is during this stretch of like November, December, and even into January and February, like we have trips, we have Christmas, like holiday stuff, stuff with church, like there's a lot of going on. And I was kind of thinking about all of that at the gym the other day. It's where I do my thinking because it's quiet, And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know if my gym is going to be the best gym for me during the season.
Right.
Because I was looking, like, they have like this like screen where it shows like different like announcements, like kind of announcement slides on a screen. And it was showing like all the days that they're going to be closed or like limited hours. And I already feel like the YMCA already has too many limited hours for me.
Well, it's so funny. Remember they were closing up shop on you one night when
Yeah,
you were there.
I was in the middle of mid run. I'm like, this is nice. No one's here. And all of a sudden, this guy's like, excuse me. And he like taps me on the shoulder because I have my headphones on. And he's like, we're closing. I'm like, oh, okay.
And it was what?
It was 6 o'clock. It was a Saturday, but I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So anyway, I really am trying to get to the gym early in the morning, first thing, but that gym is packed.
In the morning.
Like right at 5 in the morning, which is the time I really want to go.
Well,
It's wall to wall packed.
Do you know why I didn't even put this together? Because that's areas used as a bus pickup for kids as well. So it's a genius idea. Parents are like, hey, I'm going to drop my kids off to their bus stop. I better work out,
Yeah.
That would be ours if our boys took the bus
Well,
too.
there's multiple, there's a couple play times where it's not packed.
Yeah.
But, usually those times, it's just hard. It's hard for me to get there.
Okay.
So I was thinking about all of that.
With that.
And then it's just interesting because I don't know how this happened, but all of a sudden I was scrolling on Instagram and an ad popped up for this new gym. When I was just thinking about this.
How do they know?
But I was just it's just in whatever.
You know how your phone listens to what we say in our conversations?
Well, it's probably because we've been talking about the gym quite a bit lately.
Maybe. Or maybe now it's reading mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's sketchy. I don't know what's going on here. It's like some Bluetooth,
Those like
thing.
waves.
Yeah, something's happening. Anyway, so I was like, all right, this new gym. And what I love about this new gym is it's right across the street from a Starbucks. And it's literally the same distance from our house in the YMCA. Actually, might even be shorter.
Yeah.
And so I was like looking into it, and it's supposed to open like next week. And they had like this promotional offer saying, hey, first month free, membership fee waived, all that kind of stuff. And I was reading into more, and it was like, hey, we have saunas.
Yeah.
And our YMCA doesn't have sauna.
They don't.
And so usually during the wintertime, we actually go to a different place that has a sauna because we just like having that like during like the gloomy winter months to have like some heat and some infrared kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they have it there. And so, and this is the kicker, it's 24 hours.
You've always done very well with 24-hour gyms.
I have.
When I knew you in high school when we were friends.
I had a 24-hour gym.
You loved because you would go late at night.
Because, I default to the morning, but there are some nights when I am doing church stuff and I don't get home or I'm leaving around 9 o'clock at night. Kids are in bed. Lacey's getting ready for bed. I can just go to the gym, lift some weights for 30 minutes and go to bed. Like it's just some days of the week make sense.
That does.
I like to work out on the weekends. The YMCA closes early on the weekends. So anyway, I think for this season for sure, I'm getting a membership and just see how it goes.
Yeah.
And I can bring 2 other people with me every time I go. So if you want to get your sauna fix in, you can come with me and go in the sauna.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought it'd be kind of fun. So check out our Weekend Life vlogs because I'm going to check it out when it opens.
Yeah. When do they open, did you say?
They said they're waiting. They're just waiting for the city to approve some things. So they're hoping this next week. They just DM'd me back.
Oh, cool.
But hopefully this next week. And I'm just so stoked that it's 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because I can go early. I can go whenever and try to find those spots where it's not super busy. I can go on the weekends, not worry about some guy like poking me saying it's closing. But I'm still going to keep my YMCA membership because we have like a family one, and it's fun going with the kids and stuff. And I have friends that go there too, so I think I'm going to have 2 gym passes. But I really want to prioritize like
Double
health.
dipping in the gyms, Justin.
That's what I get. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Nice.
Anyway.
So for me, physically this season, I am planning on I'm going to still stay at the Y. I'm going to be faithful. I'm not going to just ditch out on
I'm still
my
there.
YMCA.
I'm still have my membership.
You have a side membership, Justin.
Yeah, I do.
How dare you?
Oh.
First off, how dare you? But I'm really excited to start going to the classes again.
Yeah.
My friend texted me and asked me last night if I wanted to go to one today, but it just didn't work out because it just didn't work out. But I do love it for that because a lot of my friends go there and I love doing the classes with them. I think that's so much fun because it helps me get there. The other thing, you and I went running about 2 weeks ago. Do you remember that? And I was so excited about life. So excited. We have Apple Fitness. And I almost like lost it because the trainer I usually run with, he like looked so different. I'm like, have you seen, what's his name?
Scott?
Scott. I'm like, he looks like he lost a lot of weight. You're like, yeah. Like I haven't ran in so long. Like the trainers you have on there, you have different trainers. He just like looked totally different. And I just got like so excited. And then I got sick. And I always
she
get
comes
something.
home and she's like, man, Scott's lost a lot of weight. And I was like,
Who's Scott?
Who? Like, I know Scott's. And I'm just like, what? And she's like, yeah, Scott, our trainer. I'm like, our trainer? And I'm like, oh, Apple Fitness?
I look at them as our trainers. I mean
yeah,
we
they're
pay
great.
for a monthly service
we love
for that,
Apple
right?
Fitness, but it was just funny because it's like almost like we knew this person personally.
You know Scott, our trainer. Yeah. Anyways, I got like just like this little tickle in my throat and scratchy throat and
you always
cough.
get sick when you start running.
I always
again.
get it when I start running, but I can't run when I have that because then I know it gets worse. So I just backed off a bit, feeling better. I'm gonna start doing it again.
You need to load up on vitamin C and D and all that stuff.
I'm doing that.
Okay.
That's another thing, part of the physical. I've got the vitamins all ready to go. Mm-hmm. So that's my plan.
So cool. Those are a couple things. Obviously the gym, all that kind of stuff. But I kind of have like a few things that I kind of wrote down that I really want to activate starting like today. Okay. And so hopefully this inspires you or give you some ideas, and then we'll go in and talk about your questions too. So let me know what you think about these things, and you can steal them, Lacey. Okay. If you want to, and you can steal them too if you want to as well.
Okay.
Number 1 is waking up early. Okay. We talked about this a million times.
I sound like a broken record.
And it's not like I do, but I want to get up earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone said, waking up earlier means you're already ahead of everyone else. Waking up earlier gives you more time to work out, plan your day, work on business, be more productive. It's a huge life hack and gives you more time to achieve your goals. It just 100% does. Whenever I wake up earlier than anyone else in the house, and I just feel like I'm like setting myself up for success for the rest of the day.
Okay, here's the problem with this season we're getting into, Justin. It's getting colder outside.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah.
You smell the heater. Your blankets
You
are...
smell the heater?
You know what I mean when you first
No,
start...
I don't. That's not good. You're smelling like gas?
You know what I mean?
Natural gas?
You know, like when you're
what kind of natural gas
when
are you smelling?
first kick on the heater of the season, there's that smell.
Okay, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your blankets are all cozy and your pillows so warm.
Okay.
That's the
I already
time
run hot
of
as it
the
is,
year
so.
where it's so hard for me to get out of bed.
Okay. Those are excuses.
I didn't say they're not.
On the flip side of it, it's
I'm just
easier
trying to let you know.
to go to bed at nighttime because it's darker.
Yeah, I do agree. So early to bed, early to rise, they say.
So I am going to try to be up at 4:45 a.m.
Oh gosh.
Maybe
Can
5.
you just say 5:45 or something?
No. This is where I'm at.
Okay.
I have to do this.
All right.
I have
so
to.
in your bed at like 9:30.
Yeah, and I'll talk about that.
Okay.
Number 2, writing down your thoughts before bed. Okay, I'm going to start doing that. So
I do that.
Writing before bed will improve your quality of sleep. Here's what you can write down: your goals for tomorrow, what you're grateful for, and any negative thoughts. This will improve your mental health dramatically.
I need to start journaling more with that, with the thoughts. I like that because I've been writing down my to-do list for the next day in bed, but I like that. I think that's really good.
And then it helps you because I know if I know that the first few things on my to-do list, like it helps me get out of bed because I have a plan.
Right.
When I don't have a to-do list ready for me, I just like, I don't know what I'm going to do anyway, so might as well just hit my alarm.
Right.
Or hit my snooze, you know?
Yeah.
So kind of preparing at least a few steps for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just saying workout, you know, or something like that, but just a few things the night before, kind of a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then, journaling about the day a little bit. Like what are the negative things that happen?
Mm-hmm.
What are the encouraging things? What are the things you're thankful for that happen?
Right.
And just kind of just getting them on paper and working through those. Number 3, and this is something that I've done a lot of, but I haven't done for a while, and that is learning an online skill for 30 minutes a day. And what I mean by that is something for me, it's like something like new.
Okay.
So if that is learning a new way to edit something,
Mm-hmm.
or if there's some different YouTubers out there that really inspire me, like Peter McKinnon or Casey Neistat or some things like that kind of inspire me to edit differently.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like there's some other YouTubers out there that are just, the reason why they're on YouTube is just to like inspire other editors on like different cool cuts or whatever. So just spending 30 minutes kind of just having like this creative session and just learning those different things.
Mm-hmm.
If that is, you know, playing bass or guitar, or I say bass because anyway, I'm playing bass tonight, which is hilarious. I haven't played bass for 20 years, but I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But or you know, learning a different drum beat or just something like that every single day. I want to push myself to something different. It's just 30 minutes. And sometimes it's as easy as sitting in a sauna watching a YouTube video. You know what I mean? Of like something that inspires me. Number 4, spend an hour a day exercising. 1 hour. Not 30 minutes, 1 hour. So if that's just going for a walk, if that is going for a run, if that's going for a run and a walk, if that's lifting weights, whatever the case may be, but just getting some exercise for an hour. Number 5, sit in silence for 10 minutes a day. Complete silence. I need that.
So you're not doing anything?
Nope.
Are your eyes closed?
I don't care. You can stare at a wall. Like, I don't care.
What does this look like?
I don't know.
Where are you going to be when you do this? Not in our house.
Honestly, it's probably going to be my sauna time. This is why I'm excited for
okay.
the gym, because
That
I'll
makes
probably
sense.
have more than 10 minutes though. But at least 10 minutes where I'm just sitting in silence. Because, and that's why I want to get up earlier in the morning, because it's quiet. But honestly, I need the moment where I'm just sitting there and I have clarity. And
Playing footsies with me down here.
yeah, I'm hitting your foot. But it says, someone said, your mind is racing with hundreds of thoughts every minute. Take 10 minutes to sit in silence, practice mindfulness, give your mind a break, be present in the moment. So I love that. Okay, just being quiet
Yeah.
for 10 minutes. Number 6, create a proper sleep schedule. Okay, sleep is obviously essential for physical, mental, spiritual, all of that. It's just extremely important. And especially if you're working out a lot, you need that time for recovery. You know, I'm not, you know, it just, everything works better when you have a good sleep schedule.
Yeah.
And then also with that, I want to try to have no screen time an hour before bed. So kind of like maybe just read a book, whatever, but not have that blue light
Doing like
in
your
my brain.
to-do list and
Yeah.
writing things down.
Right, journaling, whatever. 1 hour before bed. Number 2, I want to make sure I'm not eating 3 hours before bed. Okay, so probably stop eating around 8. And I'm telling you what, we've had this argument before. I know you're not going to like it, but we got to make our room cooler. And we have a smart thermostat. We can put the heat back on before you get up in the morning.
Oh, like the temperature. I thought you meant cooler, like the vibe. I was like, you want to redecorate our room?
Let's make it
I'm
cool.
down. Wait, what do
No.
you think I'm going to argue with
need
that?
to make sure
'Cause
that
I've
it's
been wanting
not
to get a new
hot.
comforter for a while.
Because during the winter, Lacey just throws up the thermostat. I'm like, bro, we need better sleep. And you get better sleep when it's cool in your room. Okay, so we're going to do that.
It's so cold
And,
though to get out of bed.
Yeah, so anyway, there's that. Number 7,
How many do you have of these?
I have 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number 7 is just to read at least 10 pages a day. Now, some of you are like, 10 pages, that's hardly anything. But I'm just putting something out there where it's like, they say that reading at least 10 pages is good. Like, even if it's reading cereal boxes.
Yeah, it's just something to get in with your reading, especially if people that don't really enjoy reading like
Yeah.
you're not like, not like you don't enjoy it, but it's like to relax. You would not go get a book.
No, I wouldn't.
That's just not
So
your place to go
I
to.
really want to start doing that more, especially before bed.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they say that increases your focus, increases your knowledge, all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is good as well. So I
Yeah.
want to start doing that. And then number 8 is just my devotion life.
Mm-hmm.
Like just having a quality devotion every single day, 7 days a week. There's no rest day on that. So it's I pray throughout the day, but starting the day with prayer, getting in my word, going through my Bible reading program, all that kind of stuff. So those are like, I guess there's 8. I have 8, not 10.
Okay.
8 things
Mm.
that I want to just implement.
Mm-hmm. And that covers mental, physical
And spiritual. It has all of them.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So do you like those?
I do like those. I would probably steal some of them, but tweak them in my own.
So
My
are you
own
gonna
little
you're probably gonna
Lacey
tweak
way.
the cooling the bedroom?
Yeah, I thought we could just make it more cool, like the vibe. I'm gonna go more that route for
Okay.
sure.
Well, I am definitely going to put the thermostat down.
You know what I mean?
But I will
though?
schedule it for you.
When the room looks nice and like inviting,
Like,
and there's
let's-
not like
yeah.
laundry everywhere. Which, come on,
I mean,
everybody has
honestly,
that spot in their room
That's another good thing we can do.
before
is
bed.
Before bed, just spend 20 minutes and pick up all the clutter that is around the house. You know how it is. There's just
Yeah.
stuff that happens.
Right.
Take 20 minutes, put the laundry away. Put the towels away. Make sure. I mean, the boys already do that. Like we have like a thing before bed with to put all our toys back in the room.
Yeah.
But take 20 minutes, kind of clean the house, less clutter. And, even in the morning, make sure our beds are made. Because there's something about making your bed in the morning. I used to be 100% against that. Because I'm just like, it's just a waste of time. But I've realized I feel like I'm more productive in the day. For whatever reason, I sleep better getting into a bed that's made.
Yeah.
And also, if we're trying to, like, have a moment where we relax before bed and, like, put on, journal or read, there's something about having a clean room to do
Right.
that in.
Absolutely. I always
Yeah, it's
feel
like having
that way.
a clean workspace,
Yep, definitely.
So.
And the boys, now that they don't have bunk beds anymore, because let's be honest, I don't like making a bed that's like the bunk beds. They're so hard when you're on the top bunk. So now that they have their own beds,
Oh, it's a game
we went
changer.
through and like how to make your bed properly, and they've been doing it too, and they've been like excited about it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I should be better about making my bed as well.
Yeah.
So something I'm gonna just copy a lot of yours. I do love those ideas, but something to add to it that's more just on, I guess, my side of the things of what I like enjoy to do during the holidays season is I really enjoy baking.
Oh, yeah.
And
I enjoy when you bake.
I know that's not going to help too much with some of your goals, but
I'll just run more.
okay.
You know what I mean?
But I feel like last year it was a very busy season for me. I was working, teaching full time, and our like Christmas break, we got out right before Christmas. It was nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And on top of it, I was working like our editing business and our vlog. It was just a very busy time. And I just didn't get
Is
to
there
do.
seriously a fly in here?
Oh my gosh.
Is Steven the fly still in our studio?
How is that even possible right
don't
now?
know.
I thought fly season is over.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, I just feel like I did not get to do a lot of like, if any, baking. And I miss that so much because I just really
the rocky
enjoy
road.
it. And I did get to make that up the cabin when we went up
yeah,
with
you
your
did.
mom and dad, your family. But I want to incorporate like the kids in it. I want to incorporate like giving like baked goods to people.
Yeah,
just
that's good.
that whole aspect of it. And I know like with Thanksgiving, we will be out of town. But I was going to say, usually we do different things as far as like, Friendsgiving and just spending time with people and like making food for that. But that'll look a little, different this year. We're still going to get together like with my family and stuff. But I really do miss like just baking and just slowing down, enjoying that time and making like treats for people and stuff. I just really want to do that this season.
Yeah. I mean,
I love
slowing down is huge. And I think that's why we've actually built a to-do list of things that we're trying to do before we get out of town. And yes, it's before we go to Disneyland for sure, but it's also knowing that when we get back, it's just going to be crazy. It's just going to be turning into, Christmas parties and Christmas functions with church and it's, XYZ. It's just busy.
Yeah.
And so like trying to get a lot of this stuff done around the house, things that just personal things that need to happen. So we have times to slow down and bake and enjoy and be in the moment and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then also this kind of goes along with your reading, but the boys have to read like for their homework every night. They've got like their monthly or weekly reading they do, and they have their books. But during their Christmas break time, I thought it would be really fun. And even for Thanksgiving break, I know like we're doing a road trip, so we'll have a lot of time in the car. But just reading, like they're at that age where I remember as a kid reading a lot of stories with my family, and they just like, I still remember those. And I know you do too with those one books. I think yours were like those character trait books. I forget what they were called.
I forget what they're called.
But
too.
anyways, just incorporating some more like just fun classic books and stories
like Max
with
and
the kids.
Big Fat Liar.
Yeah.
I think they're on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah.
I have like a whole box of like our Christmas books that we put away when the season is over and get them out. And the kids are always so excited to see those. And honestly, some of them are even from when I was a kid. So I love kids' books too. But so that's a little bit for me, but also for the kids. So I'm excited to do that this season.
Okay, so we're now going to go ahead and talk about your responses. And the question we asked was, what are some ways to stay healthy during the holiday season, if that's physical, spiritual, and mental? And I'm really excited to get in here because there's a lot of great ones. So Greg Packman, what's up, bro? He said, run, and then run more. Then you can eat unhealthy things in moderation.
There you go.
I love that. Absolutely. So when you start baking, Lacey, I'm going to run, and then
run some more.
I love it. So no, that's awesome. Because this is the thing, like I am definitely going to be like making sure that I am, eating good. But when it's on vacation and when it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, all those kind of things, I'm not going to count my calories.
No.
But I think but the times in between that, I'm just going to, in moderation.
Yeah.
But just up my running.
There you go.
Be fine.
I love this one. Ravina said, be okay with saying no to invites.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
That is really good.
Saying you can be and go to everything.
No.
Because sometimes it's not possible.
It just
and
isn't.
It's just not the season, and it's not the timing, and it's not personal. It's just, you can't do it all.
You can't.
You know what I mean? So being okay to say no.
I know. I understand. It is super hard because it's always hard when you have to say no to something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's just times when we don't even have time for our own family.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so to like give another weekend or another thing, it's just like sometimes we have to be like, it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
And
prioritizing.
Especially during the season because you get invited to so many different things. And there's so many expectations to be here to do that.
Yeah.
And you just got to prioritize what's important, what needs to happen. And then, and then you do your best to make whatever you can. And if you can't do it, can't do it.
Right. I know. That's something I think we've gotten a lot better at doing, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we've definitely have boundaries with that. And, and I think we're just in a better spot to manage our time too, so we can do more. Because I think there's that too. You just have to learn to manage your time.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you can just be, I can't, you get overwhelmed, but maybe it's just because you're not managing your time properly. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think there's two ways with that. But yeah, this is kind of tis the season where there's just a lot going on. A lot of parties, a lot of functions, a lot of things. And so you just have to prioritize what's important.
Right. Yeah, especially for those of you that are involved in church, there's a lot of church functions too with things, because I feel like with us too, because Justin, runs our youth group. So there's like the youth Christmas stuff. And then sometimes there's like, the young adults Christmas stuff. We'll go to that. But then we've got other friends' Christmas parties. There's just like so many within that because we've got different friend groups and different age groups. Then we have some with like our friends with kids. So it's just like managing that can always be,
family
tricky.
On
Family,
top of that.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's just a lot, but
I know.
it's fun. And that's the thing. A lot of things are fun,
right?
But like you have to just prioritize. Okay, there's only so many hours in the day. We got to stay healthy through all of this, and we can't just running ourselves dry.
Yeah.
So anyway, IMB3625 said meal prep, healthy snacks on hand. I think that's good because during the season you're going to have a lot of unhealthy snacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to happen because you have all these Christmas parties you're going to, and there's always a lot of amazing baked goods.
Mm-hmm.
People drop off baked goods for you. It's just what it is. And so you want to indulge, but I think on the day-to-day kind of stuff, just get all the junk out of your house.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have like, all the snacks and whatever. Just don't purchase it because you're going to get a lot of it anyway.
Yeah.
And just have a lot of good healthy snacks on hand, so you reach for that, and then you feel okay to reach for the unhealthy stuff at a Christmas party or something.
The preparation is key. I tell myself that every time I meal prep for a week. I'm like, I'm so glad, because then once we get into the week, it's like, okay, I've got the recipes ready. I've got the, ingredients already, shopped them. They have them. And then it just helps with the week and making choices, and also with the snacks too, because there's times where I go through the day and I'm like working, going to the thing to the next. I'm like, I need to eat, but I don't have a lot of time. So if I can just grab something quickly, like I'll just grab a string cheese or some almonds, or, just something with some protein. But when it's easy to go and it's on hand, that's just what's so helpful. So just being prepared, you know what I mean? Like set yourself up for success.
Honestly, meal prep is something that I think needs to come into play with like the night routine or the day routine or whatever that means whenever you do it. But just having like little lunches ready to go, or you already meal prep well for dinner, but I'm thinking like lunches and stuff is always, if there's leftovers, that's great, but if there's not, like just preparing yourself for that.
Junebug, oh my gosh, I love your handle. That's what we call Junie sometimes. Said washing hands all year long. And it had like the raising hands emoji.
So true.
I know, seriously. I've been having like all the kids get into this too when they get home from school. It's just like, go wash your hands. When they come in for dinner, go wash your hands. Like, why are we always washing our hands? Like, just do it. Do it.
Can I tell you a funny story though?
Let's hear it.
So today we went on Instagram, we asked this question, and I went to the gym after that, and I was running, and then I decided after my run to kind of look on these questions, and I saw that one.
Did you?
And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I should wash my hands after running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Like
that's good.
I should be doing that all the time.
Right.
And honestly, I don't think I do it. I do it sometimes. Mm-hmm. So what I did is I actually went right in the bathroom, washed my hands, and left for the gym.
Nice.
So thank you, Junebug. That has to happen. Like,
yes.
Especially with us traveling quite a bit this season and all that kind of stuff. Like,
I keep like the hand sanitizer spray in my car, and I still like after I get done at any grocery store, and even when I get gas, I go and wash my hands. And then, I don't know.
I think it's just important. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's 'tis the season.
Yes.
Tis the season. It's just what it is. AJENK5209 said vitamin B, C, D, and zinc. Yes.
Those are the top ones.
Those are the best vitamins, especially for like traveling. We load up on these as well before travels and all that kind of stuff. But during the season, start taking all that stuff now every single day. Especially that vitamin D when there's no sun anymore. Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's
for
good.
sure. Okay, Holly Wilhelmy, I believe. More walks outside, even just 15 to 20 minutes, helps both physically and mentally. Just taking those walks. Yeah. Honestly.
I know.
I need to do that more. And I have no excuse. Honestly, because I work from home now too. So I'm like, now's my chance to do that in the morning. I can take Junie in her stroller.
Yeah, we even have like a walking treadmill. But I mean, it's nice to go outside, I would think.
It is. I think getting that fresh air,
when there's
sunshine.
Snow on the ground and it's rainy because we're entering that season, it's ice everywhere. At least get on the walking treadmill,
right?
Something like
that. That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Jordy Tomps, what's up, Jordy? Said mentally, I start Christmas shopping in August to help from feeling stressed in December, and I do have to say I do get stressed with the shopping and the lists and the people. So I start kind of like already like just starting making lists of things, ideas, because I know the grandparents are always asking like, what do the kids want? And they'll always say things throughout the year, you know what I mean? And the Christmas, it's like, they're just like, see the commercial. I want that with that. And I'm like, actually, I have some really good ideas of things they will really use and want. So I've been trying to do that earlier. So that's good, Jordy. But I haven't actually like shop that early. I just more of the ideas. Well, I guess you said mentally I start Christmas shopping. So I'm there with you too.
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I feel like that helps a lot.
Yeah.
I actually got 2 Christmas or stocking stuffers for the boys last night.
You did. Yeah.
So look at me go. Mia P, she actually said a few things we talked about. So she said making treats and baking with the kids. It's not the healthiest, but it's better than the box crap. And then also meal planning and making sure there are always vegetables in the plan or on hand in every meal. So I think those are great ones that we talked about as well. Just like the preparation, the meal planning, but also the baking the treats with the kids. I love that. I think there's so much memories in that too. Let's be honest, I would rather just bake by myself and it would probably get done a lot faster and it wouldn't be as messy, but the kids love it. Even
Yeah.
today, Tucker, I was trying to make something. He's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Sure," but they just love it so much and
Yeah.
there's so much, memories in that. So just for me, I think just taking time to realize it's not what needs done or getting it accomplished, it's the process. So being in the moment, do you know what I mean? Same goes with shopping. I think sometimes I'm like, oh, mark it off the list, they're done. But when you look at the shopping and for people and the giving as that's, part of the event of Christmas, I think is such a better outlook and enjoying to shop for people, enjoying to give, enjoying to, I can't wait to see their face when they open this rather than like, oh, let me get this person done. It's just being in the moment
Well, I think
with all of
that's
that.
why the boys and I, we actually go to a store and not just go online.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's easy to go online, and we'll probably do most of our shopping online.
Right.
But like, we always have a tradition when we go out and we shop for like you, and I think that is so fun because the boys get to pick it out physically,
Right.
and then wrap it, and then see you open it, and it's like this cool
Yeah.
thing because
And they're always
they went
so
out, they hunted for the
excited.
deal, they found it,
Yeah. They're always
Yeah.
so excited to give it to me. And I don't know why I'm getting teary. It just, it always means so much to me
Yep.
because they are proud of what they did, and they, pick something out and I always try to give like little ideas, but not like one thing. Be like, oh, I want this. I'll just be like, oh, I like this and this. And then they'll get like specific in it and they
Yeah.
have so much fun doing that. So,
Mia P also said non-negotiable daily walk to clear my head and also get some sunlight, in parentheses, gloomy Oregon. Yeah, I think that, I mean, and that's the thing. It's going to get harder and harder to do those walks outside because, like, if there is, hopefully this year won't be that bad.
yeah.
And we'll be fine. That's what we hope for many reasons. But if it is, there might be some weeks where it's going to be harder to get outside. But I think for the most part, trying to do that is going to be really good.
Yeah.
10 or 15 minutes outside, go for a walk, that kind of
Get
thing.
that fresh air.
Yeah. I see a lot of like, drink water, wash your hands, prioritizing your time, say no with events, just like, I think good. I think there's a lot of that kind of stuff. Just setting the right boundaries, knowing your limits, and understanding that and I guess a lot of it is just knowing that it is going to be a busy season. It just is. It always is.
And
It
I think-
always is. And so just coming into that, preparing ourselves. Okay, what are the things that we need to do? If that is having 10 minutes a day where it's quiet, if that's making sure you're going to bed on a decent hour, if it's making sure that you're prioritizing your health, making sure that you're prioritizing, you're reading your Bible spiritually, making sure you're going to church, you're in small groups, you're in community, all those different things. Just make sure you're prioritizing all of those, so that way you feel like you can give more of yourself.
Right. And you're not just drained and depleted by December 26th. And I think that's why we wanted to bring this up today because it's early November. You know what I mean? It's like early on. So it's like,
it's the calm before
the storm. Like prepare yourself because we don't want to be in the midst of it and be like, how did we get here? And I just want this to be over with and not enjoy our time. But like Justin said, just, being prepared for it, designating those times of rest, setting aside time for yourself, for your family, for your relationship with each other, us, times for us to get away and with your quiet time with your relationship with the Lord and that, spiritual aspect. So I think just being a little bit prepared and knowing, that this is gonna, what our season looks like usually and some ways to help it. So
a little bit of homework. Okay. I'm going to do this tonight before I go to bed. I'm going to write down my goals for my physical, spiritual, and mental, which is a lot of those things I already shared. But just write them down, put them on paper, so that way I can look at them all the time and just relook at them every day to make sure that I'm achieving these things and just enjoy the journey. Because, I think with writing down goals, it's good. We need to write them down, or they're just wishes. But ultimately, we should enjoy the journey to the goal.
Yeah.
You know, and some days you're not going to execute it all the way. You're not going to get up as early as you wanted. You're going to go to bed too late because there's a Christmas party. You're going to eat all the food at the Christmas party and you're going to regret it. You know, there's going to be things like that. But you know what? Be okay with that. You know, understand that it is a busy season. You are going to probably consume more calories than normal. There might be some vacations and trips through it, and just be okay. Set yourself up for success. Don't go like too crazy with like, I'm not going to eat this, you know, come on, give yourself some slack, but just kind of prepare yourself, write those goals down, and then just enjoy this next couple months with your family, with your friends, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. I hope this was encouraging for you guys and exciting and just make you feel like wherever you're at in your season, if you've got young kids or maybe your kids are out of the house or maybe you are just, you know, preparing for, you know, a house full of people that you know, have coming in, whatever it is. I know everybody's got different seasons and the holidays look different for everyone. Just hopefully you are content in that and excited for it and you find just, you know, times to take care of yourself as well. And yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it, guys.
Yes.
So, anyways, thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yes.
We love you. We appreciate you.
We're so thankful for you guys. Thank you
Definitely.
for listening. Thank you for commenting.
Supporting our channel.
Yes.
Love it.
We are so appreciative of you guys.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.